For this video we're going to be taking a look at the Brooks Glycerin 21. We're going to be finding out if the changes to the shoe have improved it or made it worse. What is up everybody and welcome to 40 Runs. My name is Chris Ford and I'm a running coach who likes to review running shoes here on YouTube. And today actually, what I've got in my hand, we're going to be talking about these, the brand new Brooks Glycerin 21. Okay, right, so Brooks Glycerin 21, this is actually the GTS version. I will explain the difference in just a bit. And actually today we're going to be talking about stats and features, what I like, what I don't like, and some of the changes and things like that. But before we do that, I want to give Brooks a bit of love. Right, so I want you to look at this shoe, and can you let me know in the comments whether you feel like I do that Brooks this year in 2024 are already making shoes that look so much better than anything we've had in the past. You only need to look at these, the Brooks Hyperion Elite 4, and some of the other shoes that are coming out from Brooks. We've had the Ghost Max, we've got the Hyperion Max 2, which by the way looks banging. But they've made a real effort in terms of colourways and design, and just to sort of step it up a little bit in the direction in which we'd all hoped they would move to. So I want to give them kudos because I've given them a hard time in the past, and I think that they've listened, and I think that they're moving in the right direction, especially on the design and the colourway front. Okay, right, so the Glycerin is the sort of bread and butter, max stacked, cushioned, longer run, daily trainer kind of thing from Brooks. It's that staple diet of anybody who wants to be half marathon or marathon training. It is that shoe that the running shoe stores sell loads of, along with the Ghost. If people go in and say, look, I've got a marathon, what shoe do I wear? Now this is the GTS version, so this is the shoe that has elements of stability thrown into it. But fundamentally it's still the same shoe as the Glycerin 21, and I'll come on again to the differences. But if you look at the GTS here, we've got the sidewalls on here, and on here we've got the medial posting, so they've just added the sort of rails in the shoe to add the support. That's the main differences between the two. Oh, and the weight. This is about an ounce and a half heavier than the other version. But anyway, put all that to one side. But what they've done here with this shoe, I think, is bring it into 2024, and I think it looks, particularly in this colourway, so much better than any of the Glycerins that we've had before. Now, so a bit of a history lesson. Last year's model, I didn't like it at the start, but I actually did a follow-up video where I said, actually, I've been wrong on this shoe, because the DNA Loft version 3, and I'll come on to again that in a bit, is actually better than I first thought it was. So check that video out, it's on the channel. Right, so let's dive into the stats and features. Let's talk about what's going on here with the Brooks Glycerin 21. But like I said, this is the Brooks 21 GTS, but fundamentally it's still the same shoe. It still received the same makeover as the neutral running shoe. So the shoe's £165, it's got a 10mm drop. We've got 2mm more stack now in this shoe. We've got 38mm in the heel and 28mm in the forefoot. We've got DNA Loft version 3, which is the nitrogen infused foam that we had in the previous version, but we've got 2mm more of it. And if you look here, you won't get to see it on the camera because, sorry, I didn't clean this, but it says on there that's where it's been nitro infused. Actually, while we're there, look, this is the outsole. Again, slight difference in this shoe versus the neutral shoe. See where this comes around here. On the neutral shoe it doesn't. So you've got this again to add some form of stability or inherent stability in the outsole. They've also improved the outsole slightly as well. They've also worked on some of the zonal patches as well to give maximum traction and durability on the shoe. It fits well. It fits a little bit wider, I would say. I don't know whether it is wider, but it does feel a bit wider. And obviously Brooks do width versions, which is another positive about them. We've got plenty of foam in the heel, as you'd expect with the Brooks. The tongue is not gusseted. Now this weighs 11.3 ounces in my UK 9.5, fits true to size. That's 234 grams. And then we've got a nice breathable mesh upper on the shoe. But that's it in terms of stats and features. As I say, that the foam is pretty much the same thing. It has been tweaked apparently, but it feels, I would say, still roughly the same as the other version, but you say you've got the 2mm more stack in the shoe. Okay, right, so where do we start? Let's do things I've liked about it. I've liked the 2mm more stack of the shoe. I think that has been a major positive introduction for the shoe. I like the DNA Loft version 3 in here. It definitely feels much better than the stuff you get on the Ghost, or the Ghost 15 anyway, with the nitrogen infused. It's just a much more better ride. It's still firm. It's not as soft or as mushy as you would think, and despite having 38mm as a stack, it doesn't feel soft or mushy, which I don't think is a bad thing, because maybe you're not looking for an overly soft ride, which a lot of the shoes out there, these max stack shoes, are very soft that are out there at the moment, and this is the sort of the other end of the spectrum. Now, I'm not saying it's overly hard, but it is noticeably firmer than some of the other shoes that are currently out there that this competes against. So, for example, the Triumph. I like the look of it. I think it looks great. I can't get over how much better Brooks shoes look this year. I like the fit. I like the outsole. The outsole's great. Run these along the canal and towpaths, absolutely fine. Run these in frosty and icy conditions, absolutely fine. The outsole's absolutely great. You're going to have no issues with that. I like the lockdown. I like the comfort around the where you put your foot in. I like all that. I like the tongue. There's enough foam there, but it's not overkill. I like the mesh upper. It's breathable enough. It is on the thicker side, but it's absolutely fine. Maybe because it's been so cold, I've not really noticed it, but it feels fine. And I like the width. I know this is a stable version of the Glycerin, but the width is a great positive. It does provide a stable ride. So they're my likes. Things I don't like, £165, I think's, you know, getting a little bit trumpy. I appreciate that all the costs of shoes have gone up, but I think £165, I think, you know, would have been £150, probably would have been a better price point. It is a heavy shoe, although it doesn't feel it in hand, and like I said, the Brooks Glycerin 21, the normal version, is lighter than the GTS version, but it doesn't feel heavy on foot, but on paper it is heavy. So I wouldn't say it's a dislike, but it's something to be aware of more than anything else. But it doesn't feel heavy on foot. But yeah, 11.5 ounces or moving towards there, it's starting to get in that territory for me where it starts to thinking, or I start to think, this is getting a little bit heavy. And that's it. That's really the only dislikes I've got. Now look, is this better than a Super Blast? No. But a Super Blast is nearly £200. Is this better than a Triumph? I would say it's close, you know, in terms of being on par. Now, I'm talking 21 because we don't have 22 yet, and they've changed 22 massively. So comparing it against 21, I think it's on a similar footing. Different feeling in terms of ride. The ride of this is firmer, but I think some of you people will actually like that. The 21 Triumph is a softer ride, so it depends which way you feel about it, really. The issue I have though with the shoe is I really still prefer the Ghost Max. I absolutely love the Ghost Max. So that's the only thing I sort of fear for the shoe is, personally, I'd rather wear the Ghost Max. The Ghost Max is the do-it-all shoe for me from Brooks. It literally can do everything. So I'm a bit concerned about the Glycerin. Don't get me wrong, they're still going to sell gazillions of these things, right? And this is a much more improved shoe versus previous version. But for me personally, I think I'd rather stick on the Ghost Max. Even though it's got sort of outdated foam technology, right, versus this, I just really like the Ghost Max. It's so versatile, and I can do everything that I would do in this and a little bit more in the Ghost Max. So that's the only issue I probably have with the Glycerin. But look, Brooks have done a cracking job here in bringing this, you know, with 2mm more stack. Yes, it's not a massive update in terms of the foams and things like that, but just increasing that stack a little bit, they made it a little bit more appealing. But more than anything else, they made it look a lot better, because they really did look boring and dated, and this doesn't. I think this looks banging in this colourway. I really like this colourway. So look, you shouldn't base things on looks alone, people, but they've done a good job here bringing this, you know, into 2024. It's a great update to the shoe with the increased stack. It's not overly soft, which I think will appeal to many of you. If you're a Brooks Glycerin fan, you're going to absolutely love this shoe, because you're going to dig the extra stack that they put in the shoe, but it maintains the sort of DNA of the Brooks Glycerin shoe, which I think a lot of you are going to love. Right guys, that's it for me. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. Thanks to the guys from Brooks for sending that shoe over to me for the purposes of review. We've got loads of new shoes coming, so it'll be interesting to compare that against, like I said, the Triumph 22 and some of the other shoes that are coming our way. But we'll come back on that, and I'll let you know thoughts on that. But yes, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I shall catch you all later.